Wow, take a look at these cool ice formations here, guys. Isn't that amazing? The ice is like just melting naturally, right? There's the sun. Nice, beautiful, bright sun today. I love days like this. They make the winter bearable. Bearable means you can endure it. You know, it's just a beautiful day. Blue sky, bright sun, and cool ice formations. I don't know what to call this. I would call it an ice formation. Okay, ice formations, maybe plural, because they're, you know, it's almost like someone's drawing a picture of a flower or something, right? Like they, I mean, nobody's drawing anything. This goes all the way along the bank of the canal here. Okay, the bank means the side of the canal, right? This is a canal, it's not a river. So the side is called the bank. So I'm standing on the bank of the canal and I'm looking at these ice formations that go all the way along the edge here. Let's walk a little bit further. I'll show you. You know, they all look the same, but it's just kind of cool the way it's just cool the way the ice is melting like that naturally. Isn't that cool? Like I can see these all the way along the canal. That's awesome. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to teach you. I just wanted to show you some cool ice formations. So I watched a movie last night and it was a real tearjerker. A tearjerker. Do you know what that means? If a movie is a tearjerker, what does that mean? Well, that means the movie made you cry. Okay, so has a movie ever made you cry before? You know, if there's a movie that makes you cry, you can say that movie's a real tearjerker. You know, I always cry during that movie. Maybe there's a movie that you watch, maybe your favorite movie you've watched many times, and every time you cry, right? Then you could say that movie, that's a real tearjerker. So, all right, guys, let's go on a little walk here while we talk about sad movies. Well, the movie doesn't really need to be sad. It could be just in some way it's emotional. It makes you cry. Like, let's say a movie like Gladiator. That's not a sad movie. It's a violent movie. It's got a lot of gore. Gore means like blood. You know, it's a very bloody movie. It's a gory movie. But it's not a sad movie. But the ending of the movie, where the hero dies, you could say, you know, it's a real tearjerker. I mean, we wouldn't say a specific scene in a movie is a tearjerker. Then you would say that scene always makes me cry. Okay, so you could say the ending of Gladiator always makes me cry. All right, but if we want to describe the movie as a whole, we could describe, you know, if a movie makes you cry a lot during the movie, you can describe the movie as a tearjerker. Okay, so I wouldn't really describe Gladiator as a tearjerker, but you know, maybe one movie makes you cry, a different movie makes me cry, you know. So but that's just a term that you can use to describe a movie that makes you cry. So have you ever seen any tearjerkers? You know, I have. There's a bunch of movies I think that have made me cry in my life, but I actually didn't watch a movie last night. I just wanted to teach you the term tearjerker. I never watch movies alone, guys. I feel like I feel too lonely when I watch movies alone. I don't have anybody to watch movies with, guys. Maybe you and me should watch a movie together. That'd be great. But sometimes, you know, most people, I would say most people can watch movies alone. I've never been able to watch movies alone. it's a depressing, it's just depressing. If I start watching a movie and I'm alone, like, a movie needs to be some kind of like a social activity, right? You're watching it with someone, you're sharing the experience with someone. But a lot of people just love to watch movies alone. I can't do it, guys. I feel too lonely. So I didn't watch a movie last night, but I thought of the word tear jerker, and I wanted to teach that to you, okay? So that's just a way to describe a movie that makes you cry. Now, what does the word jerk mean? Okay, tear, you know what tear means, right? A tear, if you cry, each one of those little water droplets is called a tear, okay? Now, what does the word jerk mean? Tear jerker. Jerk means to pull, okay? So it's pulling tears from your eyes, right? So if the movie is a tear jerker, the movie is pulling tears out of your eyes, right? That's what it means. Now, the word jerk can also mean a sudden movement. Like, for example, I jerked my head around to see if anybody was following me. I jerked my head. It's a sudden movement, okay? I jerked my head up to see where the sound was coming from. I could say, you know, so you can jerk different parts of your body, right? You could jerk your shoulder, you can jerk your arm, you could, like, if you're walking your dog, let's say you're, you know, out here on a nice day like this. I can see someone walking their dog over there, but a lot of people would, you know, be out walking their dog. Now, let's say the dog tries to run away from the owner. The owner will jerk the leash, right? Because out here, the dogs need to be on a leash, right? A leash is like that rope that you hold your dog on to prevent the dog from running away. Sometimes dogs just like to run away, right? Or just they get interested in something and they just start, you know, barking or going after something. Okay, so a leash keeps the dog. Guys, I'm just going down to the river here, or not the river, the canal, see if there are any ice formations over here. I'm not seeing any over here, guys. I wonder why they're just over there, but they're not, no ice formations over here. I don't understand how nature works, guys. If you know how nature works, let me know down in the comments. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, a leash. So let's say a person is walking their dog on a leash, right? You know, sometimes you see dog owners jerking the leash to pull their dog back. Okay, so jerking the leash, right? So that's what it means to jerk. Like that, it's a verb, okay? The verb jerk is the sudden movement, either a pulling movement or some kind of a sudden movement of some kind. Okay, now the word jerk is also a noun. It means a person who is rude. Okay, like a person who is mean or something, like they're not a nice person. Okay, so if you describe a person as a jerk, that means you don't like them, or it means they're acting in a bad way. Guys, let's go up on the path again. Are you a jerk? I'm not a jerk, guys. I'm a nice guy. But if you're like, if let's say someone is rude to like, let's say you're driving with your husband and you're going through a drive-through at a restaurant. Like, let's say you're going through the McDonald's drive-through, and the person inside McDonald's, what are they called? What's that person called? I don't know. Cashier, you know, like the drive-through worker. I don't even know what they're called, guys. The drive-through agent, maybe. I would say the drive-through worker. Okay, let's say the drive-through worker, they don't hear you properly. They don't hear your husband properly. And your husband says, I told you I want a coffee with 2 cream and 2 sugar. Then you could tell your husband, don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. They couldn't hear you. Just say it nicely. You know, talk nicely to the person. Be polite. Don't be a complete jerk. Right? So jerk, you know, it just means that a person is rude. Guys, I'm just seeing something here that I haven't seen before. A whole whack of geese. A whack means a lot of something. A whole whack of geese, guys. Oh man, that's incredible. That is so weird. I'll go a bit closer and then you'll be able to see it. Just jerked my head around to see if anybody was following me. Man, that's a lot of geese. Guys, I'm gonna pause the English lesson so that we can take a look at some nature. Look at oh, these aren't geese, these are duck. Oh no, it's a mixture. It's a mixture of geese and ducks, guys. Like, this is insane. Oh, now they're all flying away. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to, you know what, guys? I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna post it on my Instagram. All right, guys. Just took a picture and a video to post on my Instagram. If you're not following me over on Instagram, check out madenglishtv and you'll find me. But look at these ducks. Okay, most of these are ducks here. You can see their green heads, right? The male ducks have that kind of like greenish, like dark green, almost like a teal colored head. And the females have kind of a brown. They're just kind of brown. Kind of different than humans, right? In humans, the female is like beautiful, right? Has a beautiful head, nice hair. Men are just kind of like sloppy looking, kind of like me, right? Sometimes I don't shave. Sometimes I just put on my hat and I walk out and make a video. So I don't really do anything. I don't put on makeup, right? So I'm just the plain one. It's in humans, the woman is like really attractive. In ducks, it's the opposite. In ducks, the males are attractive. They're like got this really colorful head, nice feathers. It's the women, the females, who are just kind of like drab looking. Drab means like kind of plain, okay? Nothing special, nothing exciting, just drab. So the females look drab, but the males look very just, they look gorgeous. The head, the green head, man, that's just incredible. But so you can see here, most of these are ducks, but some of them are geese. There's a few, at least 3 or 4 geese in here, but then there's a lot more geese over there. So this is, it's like a family gathering between the ducks and the geese, right? They're probably ancient relatives, right? They're kind of like cousins, kind of the same animal, except geese are a lot bigger. I don't know why they're like, they seem to be friends. They seem to be getting along, guys. So it's probably some big ancient family reunion. So that is cool. I just wanted to show you guys that. I can't remember what I was saying. Something about the word jerk. Oh yeah, if you're a jerk to someone. Now the word jerk, it has many other like you could describe a rude person as a jerk, which is pretty, that the word jerk is okay, that's a fine way to describe someone. But there are many other ways to describe rude people that are kind of more vulgar ways. Okay, so for example, you know, sometimes people use the word a-hole. Okay, if someone is an a-hole, that means they are rude. That it means they're a jerk. Okay, but the word jerk is acceptable. You can say the word jerk, that's not a swear word or anything, but the a word is a bit more rude, right? So sometimes people don't want to say the real a word, so they just say the letter a. Okay, so they call someone an a-hole. That means that that person is a jerk. Okay, so you could say to your husband, don't be such an a-hole to the cashier, or whatever the case is, right? There's a lot of a-holes in our country, guys. Like on the roads, sometimes these drivers, they just drive around the neighborhood in their loud cars or their motorbike. They get the loudest possible car or the loudest possible motorbike, and they just drive around a community at night. There are people like that here in Canada. How about in your country? Are there people like that? They're just their motorbike or their car is so loud that it just wakes up the whole neighborhood. Okay, and somehow these people, they like doing that. They like driving around a peaceful neighborhood in their loud car. For what? What's the reason for that? You know, I don't understand. Like, why do people go out of their way to ruin someone's sleep? You know, it doesn't make any sense, guys. Those people are just a-holes. They're jerks, right? So I've never had a loud car. My cars have always been very quiet. Never owned a motorbike. How about you? Have you ever owned a Harley Davidson or a loud car of some sort? You know, hopefully you don't go waking people up in the middle of the night. That would be a real jerk thing to do. So don't be a jerk. I'm sure none of my subscribers are jerks. You guys are all nice. Guys, take a look at the water here, right? Here it's just all water. Over there it was ice. The canal was frozen over there, but here it's like just melted. It's water. Why is that? Well, it's because the sun follows a path. I mean, the sun rises from over there and then it goes over there and then it sets over there. So this part gets sun, that part over there doesn't get as much sun, right? Now that's very common here in Canada, to see like some ice on one part of the lake, but another part of the lake melted. Or snow. You might see a ton of snow, a whole whack of snow. Remember, guys, I can't even see you, it's so bright out here. The sun is a tearjerker. Guys, making me cry, it's so bright. Okay, so sometimes you might see a whole whack of snow somewhere, and then like a few feet away you'll see green grass. It's weird. Canada's weird. So right here I can't see any example. It hasn't snowed for a few days, but you'll see that. You'll see like it looks like winter, and then like a few feet away it looks like summer. So you're like, what? How does that work? It's because the shade, anything in the shade is well, it doesn't, the snow doesn't melt, right? Because here in Canada, like anything, if the sun gets somewhere, if the sun touches some part of the earth, then usually the snow melts there. But if the sun can't reach somewhere, like in a shadow place, then you know, the snow just stays there all winter, right? So anyway, so it's kind of weird. If I show you this here, it looks like summer, right? You can see some green grass over there. And but just over there, it was like winter. There was a bit of snow and ice and stuff. So anyway, guys, that's it. That's just what I wanted to teach you today, the word tearjerker. So let me know, have you ever seen a movie that is a tearjerker? What movie would you describe as a tearjerker? Maybe the movie Titanic, right? I've only seen Titanic once, I think, in my life, like maybe 20-30 years ago. But you know, it was, I don't think I cried. I was a kid when I saw it, so I don't think I cried. But I know there's a scene where the main character dies, and maybe some people would cry, right? So you could say that's a tearjerker. So anyway, guys, hope there aren't any jerks in your country. Hopefully I'm not a jerk. Am I a jerk? I hope not, guys. So guys, anyway, from here in beautiful Alberta, Canada, I want to wish you a joy-filled day today, my friends. A joy-filled day. I wish you a joy-filled day. All right, so I hope you guys are staying safe, healthy, and happy. And as always, I love you so much. Even though I can't see you, I love you. All right, so have a great day, guys. And from here in the land of geese and ducks, I will say farewell for now, and I'll see you guys over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.